So I'm back here working on this by myself today, and started by pumping those up a little more, trying to pick up that outside wall before I replace the framing. I didn't fix the flashing on the outside. I'm hitting a lot of resistance pushing up on this, so I don't really want to keep jacking it up anymore. I'm just gonna live with what I got. That whole outside wall is getting replaced. When I did my siding job 4 years ago when I bought this house, I did not do that one wall because it was actually not in bad shape. So that's gonna get done in the spring. Right now it's the winter, so I'm just gonna leave it where it is. I've jacked it up enough already, and fix the framing, fix the drywall, and then in the spring that flashing is going to get replaced for sure, but that whole wall is going to get redone. So as I suspected, there's definitely rot down there. As soon as I got my drill bit through that bottom plate, there was no resistance, and so I drilled a few more holes and cleaned it out with my shop vac, and yeah, so that's what I was thinking was happening. Now I'm really hoping that this side of the wall is not rotted like that. I'm gonna do the same test and check. It's also the load bearing wall. If that side is rotted on the bottom, might not bother with it, but this side should get fixed. So what I have here is I marked my studs. I'm gonna cut those right now. I'm using a pretty big skill saw to do that because it will get in there nice and deep. And I want to limit the amount of vibration. So I'm gonna go back with the oscillating saw after I cut it as deep as I can with that. Finish the cuts. Got everything, all my lines are marked nice and square, and that's important because when I put those stubs of 2x4s underneath, you want it to be making full pressure. Those are gonna get cut on this chop saw, 90 degrees, and you want them to make full contact where they meet. So it's gonna be kind of tough to cut there. You're gonna have to use the oscillating saw for that one, and these ones as well. But yeah, here we go. I don't think this is gonna take me all that long to fix, but we'll see. Got that thing moved out of the way. So here's a little progress shot. Got some of these out. Obviously they're nailed from the outside through the plywood into these studs, and I knew that's gonna be a challenge. They're also nailed from the bottom, so they're not easy to get out. Don't ask me why they put drywall on the bottom below these tiles, but once I took the drywall out, there's a little more room to maneuver those out, so it helped a little. Next step, I'm gonna cut all these nails, get the rest of those studs out, and clean it all up real nice. We'll see you then. Well, here's another new development. As I am ripping out this bottom plate, notice it was super dusty down there, and got me thinking. I'm wondering if this was some termite damage going on. Sorry, that's the shadow of my headlamp. So this is the board I ripped out. This headlamp causes a weird effect with the lighting. Let's see if my flashlight does better. Looks like I got little termite tunnels in there with some sawdust. Something I'm gonna have to look into. Never saw any evidence of termites on the outside of the house. Usually you can spot their little tunnels on the foundation, or maybe some piles of sawdust where they're getting in the house, but yeah, hopefully I don't have termites. I think I did. So got another new development after I took that last stud off right there. I wasn't sure how they attached this chimney on the outside of the house and this brick fireplace in here, but I think that wood framing goes right past the back of these bricks, and I am not getting in there to fix that. So unfortunately, that's just gonna stay the way it is. Anyway, we'll be back. So we're all cleaned out. You know, we finally got a little bit of good fortune over here. There is concrete back there, so I was able to get all the rotted sill plate, bottom plates out. That board looks decent right there. Got it nice and clean down here. Didn't find any bugs, which was good. Definitely some termite evidence, but did get a nasty cut on this flashing right here. I don't really know why they put that flashing there in the first place, but got my thumb real nice. Hoping I don't need stitches on that. So, this took maybe an hour and a half to do. About what I figured. Now I can start building it back up. Now, I didn't really get into this last time, but this side I fixed the other day with the garage framing. That is the garage right there. I mean, you can see the garage. But I still gotta sister up these two studs. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna do those similar to what I'm doing right now over here. So, I'll keep you updated. See you soon. Well, I'm at a stopping point right now. I got my first sill plate, quote unquote, sill plate down there. Anchored it to the concrete. Those are 3-inch or 2.5-inch Tapcons with a hex head driver. Would like to use flatheads, but didn't have them. I think I sank those down flush with the top of the wood. So the next step is to put 2 more bottom plates on, build it up a little. I'd rather have a horizontal board below grade than the bottom of the studs. It's just more substantial, more wood that would have to rot before any problem ever occurred again. But so I'm gonna put 2 more bottom plates in, then I'm gonna fill the gaps down there with self-leveling concrete like I did in the garage. But I'm out of self-leveling concrete. I used almost full bag on those other 2 sections. I just had a little bit left over and had a bag sitting in my shop, so I used that. Now I need to get another bag. I'm also running low on some studs. I gotta pick up some more pressure treated 2x4s. And that's where I'm at. Honestly, the rest will go pretty quickly. So, see you soon. So, this is the final clip in this video. Got this section finished, and I think it came out great. Really happy with it. I got all those studs back to bearing weight. So you can see how I really slammed those in there. They're making full contact. And there's a lot of screws here. I have 5 screws on the top of each section, screwed to the original stud. And I've got 6 screws on the bottom from the new portion underneath the old stud to the one sistered up to it. Then went back and filled in all these bays with the self-leveler, and I went pretty heavy with it. And I think that was the way to go. Really filled in those gaps, even between the plywood and the bricks on the outside. There's gaps in here. But
once this stuff hardens up, it's gonna, this stuff isn't really that strong, but it's going to really keep everything out of there. So this is done all in one day by myself, and had to take a big long break before, so it's actually pretty late at night right now. But unfortunately I checked over here and sure enough there's rot under here, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing on this side. Now the job of putting the studs in is not hard. I just did that by myself in one day on that other section. However, now I need to get my temporary wall on this side. Start pushing up on those ceiling joists, raise up that wall a bit, and you know, get it back a little closer to where it started. But making good progress here. I got basically the whole house is supported properly from the front all the way to here, and all I got to do is that left. So in good shape. All right, thanks for watching.